Hello, and welcome to Word 5 Gaming. This is Little Baby Mike, and today we're going to be working on Vanquishers. This is an anti-infantry unit out of Stormcast Eternals. This is a unit that I intend to use in my Ionis list, and I figured it would be something that would be helpful to a lot of people because Vanquishers are used in quite a bit of lists. On the screen now, you'll see all the colors that I'm going to be using to paint my Vanquishers. However, that doesn't mean that these are the colors that you need to use. If you prefer something different, go for it. If you prefer a different color palette, go for it. This is not directly to the box. This is how I like to paint, and I hope you guys can get as much enjoyment out of it as I do. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. You'll see that I base painted white. I typically base paint white mainly for the sake of, to be honest, catching my own mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes when I'm painting, and I try my best to be able to go back and cover them up. We all make mistakes, so white helps make those mistakes a little bit more easy to handle. The first color that I want to start working on here is going to be our lead belcher. Now you can do any of your metallics in a lighter silver or a lighter color if you want to. A lot of people tend to lean into the what's it called, steel hands armor, or steel hands silver, I believe it's called. Iron hand steel, there it is, iron hand steel. I knew I'd get there. A lot of people tend to lean into the iron hand steel. I personally like my metals to be a little bit darker, so I'll go in and touch up and paint in all of our, not touch up, I'll go ahead and paint in all of our metallic. Once we have all of our silver metallics applied, and again I used lead belcher for that, we're going to go ahead and switch brushes as well. I'm moving over to a Kolinsky Sable number 2, and we're going to work on all of our gold touch. So get that in focus there. And again, you'll notice you may have made a couple of mistakes while working on your lead belcher, but again, it's okay because we can cover it all up. Alright, and now that we have much of our gold on there, not forgetting the sword in the back and the buckles, as well as the insignia. So you have your lightning bolt and your insignia up here. And again, remember, we're going to have a bit of spillover. It's okay to go back and we're going to touch it up with some white and get it back to get it right back into shape there. But you can see I spilled over a little. And that kind of stuff happens. Don't let it frustrate you. I got a little spill over there on the cape, you can see under the leg. It happens. We're not going for the golden demon here. It's going to be all right. So next we are going to add in our wildwood, going back with our Kolinsky number 2. So here we're going to be looking for pretty much any other of our leather attributes. So looking at stuff like here on the inside of the arm, right there, as well as down here on the boot. You're going to want to get a little bit of brown. And then if you can reach down in here, you'll see we have some belt. Gotta be really careful and get down in there. So those are our main points. We do have some leather on the back here as well, but that's all continuing the belt. And then we'll probably go ahead and do our sheath in that same brown leather. Do make sure that we're not getting the handle. That's going to be a different color. Now that we have all of our metallics painted and most of our leather, you can see here on the back, went through, got a lot of it. And again, it's okay if we have some mess ups. But we're going to go ahead and worry about this blade. So I'm going to be going in with an iron hand steel to make it a little bit of a lighter type of silver, a little lighter metal. Feel free to do it as you wish. You can see there's some spots there. I'm going to go ahead and cover up with that iron hand steel. And for this, we're going to go in back with our base brush. All right, now that our blade is finished, we can go on. And we're going to move into some of our smaller stuff here before getting into the big darker colors and the more broad blues. So we're going to go ahead and move. I'm going to be using my fine detail brush from Army Painter. And I'm going to be adding a bit of volupus pink to the handles of both of our weapons. Now, this won't take you very long, but, you know, take your time with it. It's definitely got some detail, but go ahead and fill that in. All right, so now that we have the handle, both handles are pink, we are going to move into our blues for the shoulder armor and for the cape. And we're going to be doing that with a Cantor blue base and an ultramarine blue contrast, ultramarines blue contrast. So we'll go ahead and get started again. That's the shoulder pads and any of our blue cape. All right, so now we have our blues applied here. You can see that they're still drying a bit, but before we continued, my son wanted to come in and say a little something, so go ahead, dude.
I enjoy your painting, Warhammer painting.
Awesome, thanks, dude. So next, we're gonna do something that I like to do for most of my paintings here, and that's add in a personal favorite color. So a lot of people have their favorites. For me, it's Achillean green. I use it on just about every model, or try to sneak it in on every model. So here you can see a lot of the white space where we have cloth work. I'm going to be going ahead and using Achillean green on all of our cloth work. And for this, I'm probably going to come in using my Army Painter fine detail brush. And now that we have most of our coloring done, we're going to go in and touch up some of the spots that could use some depth with a little bit of Nuln Oil. And make sure not to let that pool too much as you go ahead and use it. A lot of people have a bad tendency to let it sit and pool. That's not what we're aiming for. All right, now that our Vanquisher has been shaded, we are going to get to the last portion of our painting here, and that's going to be our technicals. So we are going to look down here to the base, and we're going to be using our technical paint, Sterling Mud, and then for the ring here, I always do all of my Stormcast in Averland Sunset. So I'll be doing, again, Sterling Mud up top, Averland Sunset around the ring, and then I normally throw in some grass patches and stuff like that to make it look nice, but that's what we're going to be working at. All right, everyone, there we have it. Again, not going for a golden demon here, but you can see, definitely very battle ready. You know, still drying, still taking its time, but a good looking Vanquisher. So hope you enjoyed. Continue to check out Ward 5 Gaming, and have a great one. Thanks, everybody.